Oh, yeah. And now, from North Platte High School Studio B, welcome to Bulldog Banter, where students, stakeholders, and alumni come together to traverse the transformative power of education. This week's episode sponsored by the North Platte Public Schools Foundation and the Flower Market.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Ashlyn.
I'm Molly, and this is our other special edition podcast for the Ward 3 School Board candidate. And today we are here with Jenny Lantis.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Yes. All right. Let's start out with, where did you go to school?
So I actually grew up in Utan, Nebraska. Do you guys know where that is?
No,
No.
where is that?
It's like 20 minutes west of Omaha, and it's a really small town, about 1,200 people. So yeah, that's where I grew up. My class, I was the class of 2000, so I guess everybody wanted to have babies that graduated in 2000 because we were the largest class that UTAN had ever had. They actually had to hire like a third, sixth grade teacher for us because we were so large. We had a total of like 54 people in our class.
Oh, my gosh.
Huge.
Yeah. So that's where I grew up, graduated. I went to school there my whole life.
Okay. What was it like, and did you do any activities there?
Yeah, it was a good experience. I liked the small town. I liked the small classes. And what was good was we were just like 15 minutes from Omaha. So if we wanted to go to Omaha to eat or something, it was super easy to get there, to go shopping. Mm-hmm. And yes, I did play sports. I played basketball, volleyball, and track.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Very active. Did
Yes.
that help being active?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a pretty good volleyball team, so that made growing up pretty fun when you got to go to the state tournament most years in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did most people in your class play sports?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like small schools, it's pretty there's lots of athletics.
Yeah. And
it's not as
everyone's
diverse as a
involved.
bigger school.
Yeah, everybody plays every sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were like class C2 at that time.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what they are now. I think they're smaller. But.
All right. Now, do you want to tell us about your occupation?
So I'm an RN, and I work at the hospital. But over the past decade or so, I've worked in healthcare leadership and quality. And what I do is I look at the systems that we have in place at the hospital and look at and to see if we are doing what's best for the patient. Is it what's best for patient safety? And do the staff have the resources that they need to do their job to make it what's best for the patient? So I just really look at the processes and look to see how we can improve them to make it easier for the staff to do their job really well.
Oh, wow. I guess I've never really even heard of that.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I actually don't take care of patients anymore. So I am a registered nurse. If there was a disaster or something, I could help take care of
yeah.
patients. But I don't day-to-day work with patients.
Yeah,
I
gotcha.
work kind of in the background looking at the processes so that our staff who do take care of the patients can do their jobs really well.
Mm-hmm. So did you used to work with patients?
Yep.
Which do you like better?
I like both. I kind of feel like I've transitioned into the quality role where I'm really good at focusing on how do we improve processes, and that's just kind of my knack. It does kind of get tiring to take care of patients. If you talk to nurses, they work long hours, 12-hour shifts, sometimes more, and sometimes it's for multiple days in a row. So it does get pretty tiring. And with me, with my family, it just worked out better to move into the office role where I could work Monday through Friday, and not have such long hours, weekends, holidays, things like that.
So,
Go ahead.
when was the last time you've had to actually work with patients? Has it been a while or?
Well, actually during COVID, a lot of us that were in the quality department, we did go and help take care of the patients. At that time, the doctors weren't going in the rooms to see the patients, so we would take the telehealth robots into the rooms.
Yeah.
So I did help take care of taking the robots into the rooms and helping the doctor assess the patient with the robot. You know, the robot has like a stethoscope, so we would place the stethoscope so that the doctor on the other end could hear the patient's lungs, the patient's heartbeat, things like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's weird. So you couldn't actually like one-on-one be on contact with the patient, or were you still?
We were. It just having the doctor not go into the patient rooms cut down on the use of the PPE, and also helped with exposure. So the doctor didn't have to take care of the sick people, plus the people that were healthy too, just as an extra security measure,
yeah.
so that, you know, if they did have some sort of exposure, they weren't putting their patients that weren't positive for COVID at risk.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, COVID was a weird time.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, me too. All right. Who is someone who has had a big influence on you and why?
You know, I really think that my parents, they taught us the importance of showing up and working hard. And I feel like that really had a positive effect on me.
Was your mom or your dad or someone in the medical field?
They weren't. My mom and dad actually ran a trucking company the entire time
Oh,
I grew
wow.
up. They had a trucking company out of Fremont, Nebraska.
Oh, wow.
So they ran their own business and just, you know, showed us kids. There were 5 of us kids in my family. So just really taught us the importance of working hard and doing the right thing, even if it wasn't easy.
It's always good to have parents to look up to like that.
Yeah.
Especially as being a registered nurse. So thank you
Yeah.
for all you
Yes,
do.
thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, so most high school students don't know much about how the school board works. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the school board there's a board of 6 people that sit on the school board, and they are the ones that are making the really important decisions for North Platte Public Schools. So they're looking at the policies, they're setting the policies, they're setting the budget, and they're making sure that the staff who work here have the necessary resources to make sure that your outcomes are the best that they can be.
That's kind of cool, especially since like we're students, so we don't really see much of the behind the scenes.
And it's all volunteer work, right?
It is, yeah. Nobody gets paid to be
Yeah.
on the school board. It takes a lot of dedicated hours.
Yeah, and prior to this, I didn't know that. I figured it was just like a little side job that people did.
Yeah, me
And,
neither.
Like it was part of the administration,
Yeah.
and they were getting paid.
Right?
Yeah, because if you like look at it, I mean, that's kind of how you view it.
Yeah. Especially because, like, I don't know. I guess you just assume because they're, like, so, like, high up, you know?
Yeah. So why are you running for school board?
I am running because I truly do care about the community. The decisions that the board makes also have an impact on the community as well. And I recently started paying attention, just like you, I didn't know much about the school board. I really hadn't paid attention previously, but recently had started to hear things and decided to start paying attention. And that's why I decided to run, because there's been a lot of leadership changes. And I think that creates a lot of uncertainty. So currently I feel like, the staff and teachers in the community are just uncertain about the direction of the school board and the public schools. So I decided that since I do care so much about the community, that I wanted to do my part to help move the schools forward.
So is that what kind of like spiked your going forward into wanting to be on the school board?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
And you have some kids that go to North Platte, correct?
Yeah. So currently we just have Lexi, she's a senior, and Whitley, she is in 7th grade. But our oldest daughter is Gracia, and she is right now going to law school at UNL. So
Oh, wow.
she graduated in 2020. So she also went through North Platte Public Schools.
COVID baby. Well,
Yeah.
not baby, but
Yeah,
COVID
she
graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah, she graduated with my sister.
Yeah.
So Sierra actually was friends with Gracia.
They were really good friends.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a weird year because they didn't graduate till July.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
wow.
so weird. Like
They
graduation.
didn't even get a grad walk, did they?
They did.
yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird.
It was outside. We were sweating our.
Yeah, it was like 105 degrees or something.
I remember.
I mean, it's July.
Whitley was little then, and she was wearing her mask sitting in the bleachers,
yeah.
and she got so hot that she had put her mask up like a headband to catch the sweat. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was so hot. And then, like, all the grad parties had to be all, like, moved since it was COVID. Yeah, that was such a weird time.
So weird.
Yeah. All right. Why is the school board important to the students?
why is it important to you? Because what happens, the decisions that they're making every day affects your day-to-day lives. So the classes that you have here, the resources that you have, the opportunities that you get, all those decisions are being made by the school board.
Mm-hmm. And they not only affect us, but they affect our teachers.
Yep.
And so our teachers affect us and how they teach us.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Could you tell us a moment or experience that really shaped your perspective of the school board?
You know, I think it's just those connections that the kids get with those teachers. You know, that teacher can really have a positive impact on the students and their lives. So I just think that it's important to help support the teachers so that, you know, ultimately the outcomes for you guys is much better.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any like teachers that played a big impact on your life, or positively or negatively?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, like I said, I graduated in 2000, but still to this day, it's fun to stay, you know, like Facebook friends with your old teachers.
Yeah.
So they can kind of see, you know, what I'm doing and, you know, what my kids are doing now and things like that. So yeah, it has a huge impact on your life.
Yeah. So you went to a small school, so did you have like block scheduling, or did you have like one teacher?
Oh no, we had box scheduling.
You did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
gotten a lot more popular.
Yeah,
So-
I think so too. I mean, I know for like middle schools, sometimes like they just have like one or two teachers that like teaches kind of like what our elementary schools are like. So I always wonder what smaller schools, especially back then, looked like.
Yeah. No, we switched classes like
Yeah.
every 50 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much like what we do.
Yeah. So, why should people consider voting for you?
Well, I think I'm different from the other candidates because, well, I'm currently a mom living, you know, the North Platte school system every day. I still have kids going to school here. So that puts me in a different position than the other candidates. Also, I have that systems-based perspective where I can look at whole systems and focus on, you know, what are the opportunities that we can change and make it better for the staff to help improve the outcomes for the students.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was I going to say? Because I know your husband's involved in the community a lot because he does like Nebraska Land Days. Does that have an impact on you and the way you see things? I mean, obviously, what he does and what the school does is completely different, but does that have an impact on the way you think?
Yeah. So, you know, Bob and I have lived here for 24 years now. So we really have embraced the community and we are very passionate about North Platte. He, you know, is involved with Nebraska Land Days, and we have been. He served previously on the board for Nebraska Land Days. So I think, gosh, his last year on the board was 2009. So we were on the board for 4 or 5 years prior to that. So we had a lot of experience with Nebraska Land Days, and then also just other organizations that we've been involved in. Like currently I'm a chamber hostess, and also I serve on the board for Leadership Lincoln County. So we do really care about the community. So that is truly why, you know, when I say I care about the community, but the decisions that the school board are making do impact the future of our community. So it is important to make sure that we are moving forward in a positive way.
Yeah.
So, you guys are on a lot of things. Been on the board, you're chamber hostess and the Lincoln County
Leadership Lincoln County.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would you say you guys like get a lot of gifts or flowers even?
Well, I wouldn't say that I get them from like people other than my husband. But yeah.
Does he get you a
sometimes-
lot of flowers?
No, not really. But every now and then he does give me flowers.
Okay, well, hopefully he listens to this, and our sponsor is the flower market, so he could go to the flower market and get you some flowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
$5 Fridays.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite
Yeah.
days.
That's what we had, because we always mention this, and all our guests come on, and they always talk about some of them have talked about $5 Friday, or what is it? $5 flower Friday.
Like little bundles
Uh-huh.
of
Yeah.
flowers.
Yeah,
They're
that's
cute.
a great deal.
Mhm.
Yeah. Go for it.
Well, one thing that you keep on saying is how great North Platte really is. Does that play a role in why you're running for the school board?
Oh, absolutely. Because, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but North Platte is growing, right? For the first time in a long time, we've lived here for so long that it's exciting to see North Platte continue to grow. So I want to be a part in helping to move that forward and helping the community grow. Because if North Platte doesn't have a strong school system, then businesses aren't going to want to move to North Platte, and people won't come to North Platte, and that's what we need. So,
That's very true, and it all starts with our students and how we move forward with our lives. And I feel like it'd be cool to see a lot of students not only fall in love with the school systems, but fall in love with the community so that they want to come back and that they can continue to give back.
absolutely. Do you guys want to come back to North Platte after you graduate college?
I don't know. I've thought about it just because, like, my grandparents are here and my dad went to school here. He grew up here. And I feel like that's kind of an inspiration for me. But then at times I feel like I want to, like, branch out. So I don't know. I'm kind of mixed about it. But I think it would be cool to, like, come back. And I feel like you're known. And so it's easier to, like, if you come back to your hometown. So people, like, you can give back to people because you know them.
Honestly, I'm not sure yet. I kind of want to just get through college and see where that leads me.
Yeah.
But I think there's opportunities anywhere, so
Yeah.
even here,
Yeah. And North Platte's going to be a totally different community in 4 or 5 years.
right? Always
Yeah.
changing.
Yeah, definitely.
What would you say your perspective on how our school district is performing right now?
Oh, well, I think we have a lot of positive momentum going. I think I just read the other day we've consistently had like 90% graduation rate, which is awesome. Test scores are improved. We have a ton of awesome staff. So I think there's a lot of positive momentum. We just got to keep moving it forward.
For sure.
Definitely.
Did we ask why people should consider voting for you?
Yeah.
We did?
did.
Okay.
There was something I was going to say.
Yeah, I do think our ratings are pretty well
Yeah. And
for our
like,
school right now.
yeah.
And
And
our
I feel like-
scores and stuff.
yeah, especially with like implementing like for like ACT and just like in general. I mean, we see a lot of like what happens in the high school, but are the scores improving in elementary schools?
Yeah. Test scores across the board.
Wow.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew they were improving at like the high school, but I wasn't sure if they were improving or, I didn't know the results for
Would you
middle
say
school.
that if you're on the school board, do you feel like you work with like more schools, like do you work with the high school and middle schools more than the elementary schools, or do you feel like you would work with them like collectively as a whole?
Yeah, collectively as a whole. I think for me being a nurse, I'm not an educator, so I don't really know what goes on behind these walls because I haven't spent time here, So that would be my goal, is to make sure that I just like I do at the hospital, I don't go into the OR and pretend to tell the surgeon and the nurses what to do, because I don't I don't know how to do their job.
Right.
Yeah.
But I observe and I learn, and then I go do my research, and then I come back and say, hey, okay, so I've done some research now. I have some ideas on how we can make improvements. So that's it. It would be the same thing for the schools, just to come in here and observe and learn and figure out what it is that is happening, and how I can help to improve things.
Yeah, it's just hard because, like, being in high school, I mean, we've been here for Molly 4 years, me 3 years.
Yeah.
We sometimes, like, we don't know what's going on in the middle schools and the elementary schools. And so, like, we see how the school board is working in our schools, but sometimes it's not like we forget, but sometimes we do that. They're also working in the other schools.
Yeah.
It's just
And
not
so
something.
I
you
feel like
think
it is
about.
important because, like, it's good to work with us from the ground up when we're in kindergarten and preschool and then just building us through. So I feel like it's important to have a strong school board in all aspects.
Yeah. And I have a unique perspective where, I still have kids in school, but I've also had my daughter go through all grades. So we've experienced every grade in the school system. So I feel like that's a unique perspective for me.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see how they performed in school and yeah. If listeners remember one thing about you after this, what would you want it to be?
Oh gosh, I think it would be that, well, I'm a mom living this every day, and I want to listen and learn and ultimately just do what's best for the students. And that means supporting the teachers so that they can do what's best for the students.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah. And we always ask, what is your best advice for students our age?
Okay, so I was thinking about this. I have a lot of advice, but I have kind of pinpointed it down to live in the moment, be present every day, like in every moment, because someday you will only have memories to look back on. So still take your pictures, take your videos, but make sure you're capturing those moments in your heart.
Yes.
Aw.
I love that.
Yeah. It's really, it's kind of the truth. Just enjoy your time while you got it.
Yeah.
I feel like for me also, I look back and I'm like, wow, like that seems like it was so long ago and I wish I could like relive it, especially like when you're a kid, you're like, I want to be an adult so bad, but then once you get older, you're like, I want to be a kid again.
You're
Yeah,
like, wow,
absolutely.
I can already drive. Wow, I'm already 18. What the heck?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It felt so long ago, like, I don't know. I felt like I was going to the football and volleyball games that felt so long ago already. So it's just crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like we have a fun vacation planned for the summer. So I'm like, I can't wait till vacation. But then, we've got a lot of things to do till summer. So we just got to slow down and enjoy the moments.
Yeah. Where are
Yeah.
you going?
We're going to Panama City Beach,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Where's that at?
Florida.
Florida? Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Fun.
That sounds so fun. I want to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Well, we want to wish you the best of luck, and thanks for being willing to
Come here
petition
today.
for
Yeah,
come here
absolutely.
today and
Thanks for
petition
having
the school
me.
board.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited to see what comes your way.
Thank you.
Yes.